Good morning. Monday morning meditations. Boy, it's a busy week I had, but what blessings I've had. Busyness and blessings and difficulties of the last week. Sorry I didn't get to post last week. It was a struggle with different things, but I just wanted to tell you that, see, for those of you who haven't listened to me before, I have metastatic breast cancer. That's my trial at this age of 73. But I have a lot of different things going and things that I stand for. And the most important thing is Jesus Christ. I believe the Bible, and it has guided my life since I was a child. And I was 8 years old when I made it my own, when God just reached down and touched me, I believe, in a spiritual way, and helped me get on the right path for the rest of my life. And not to say that I didn't have struggles at different times and dips and valleys, but there have been good times too. He always brought me back. And I love him, and I love his truth. You know, I need to say something about what everybody's talking about, what's in the news with the assassination of a young man who stood for this truth, who stood for this way and loved this country and believed that the best way for this country to get back on track is to get back on track with God. So what a tragedy that he was taken so young. But, you know, I have a couple of grandsons that I'm proud to say that for the last 3 years, they've been involved in the Turning Point ministry. And they have been deeply, deeply stricken by this tragedy, but they're also set on fire, as I believe that thousands and thousands of young people and older will be. They are, and something is going to happen, I think, that will be good for this country. Let's continue the conversation and love each other and help each other through the way. I'm going to read Psalm 1. I read part of it last time, but I want to read it, the whole thing this time. It's 6 verses long, and it talks about the path you choose. You know, which one you're going to choose. And it says, "Blessed is the man," or happy is the man who walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stands in the path of sinners, nor sits in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law he meditates day and night. He shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that brings forth its fruit in its season, whose leaf also shall not wither, and whatever he does shall prosper. The ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind drives away. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knows the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. I had some wonderful reunions the last week. Last weekend was one with my sister and her husband that came up. I think I told you that was going to happen. And we all met with cousins in Spruce Head, and what a sweet time that was, reminiscing. And I'll tell you more about that later, but I just wanted to say that there were those reunions, and then the class reunion that I went to Saturday night from MDI, class 55 years, oh my word. And what did we do? We talked a lot about what we had done and our ailments mostly, and also sadly those who were not with us anymore. They had come to the end of the road. And I thought about this old song. My friend started singing it spontaneously the other day when we had lunch together. She was puttering around in the kitchen, and I heard her sweet voice singing this song, and I've thought about it a lot since and how appropriate it is now. Charlie Kirk came to the end of the road a lot sooner than many people would have wished, and that I'm sure he didn't expect, but at the same time, maybe he did. But anyway, we never know when the end is coming for us. So I pray that you will be ready, that you will allow Jesus Christ to take care of the sins and cover you with his righteousness It's not ours that gets us there to heaven, but that great reunion is going to be someday with our loved ones. And I want to be there. And I believe because of my faith in Jesus Christ to save me, that's where I'll be. And I told my oncologist from the beginning when this started, 10 years ago when it metastasized in my bones, I said, it's a win-win situation for me. If I go, I know where I'm going. If I stay, God's got a plan. And I believe he has been working a plan and will continue until I reach the end of my road. Okay. There'll be light in the sky from the palace on high when I come to the end of the road. Sweet relief from all care will be waiting me there when I come to the end of the road. When the long day is ended, the journey is o'er, I shall enter that blessed abode. For the Savior I love will be waiting for me when I come to the end of the road. Just a gate open wide and a friend by my side when I come to the end of the road. That is all that I ask as a crown for my task when I come to the end of the road. When the long day is ended, the journey is o'er, I shall enter that blessed abode. For the Savior I love will be waiting for me when I come to the end of the road.